Hello, my name is Stephanie Saavedra and I am a merchandiser slash buyer for Bloomingdale's. As a high school student, I have been there and I have felt everything that you guys are feeling right now. You're probably trying to decide what school to apply for, but most importantly, what career field you want to go through in your education goals. So, I've been there, and trust me, I know what it feels like, and it's super stressful. But what I will tell you is that what you want to do right now might not be what you want to do in 2 years or even in 1 year. So it's okay to not know where you want to go, because the great thing about college is you start to take classes and you start experiencing different things. So you start to choose what you like and what you don't like, and then that's how you start to choose your career. For example, I first wanted to be an optician just because my mom was an optician, so I thought, like, if she can do it, I can also do it, and I'll do it great and I'll be great at it, just like she is. But as I started my first job when I was in high school, I started to realize that, like, my passion was more towards fashion and in specific retailing, and just how merchandising and how stores look and why they look that certain way. So I thought that retailing, merchandising was the better strategy for me. And as working in Tommy, I got to do a lot of merchandising, and I used to set up mannequins and stores by the concept and just those sorts of things. Since getting my career in marketing, which merchandising is a branch of, that was my education route. After college, I wanted to either work in setting up stores or selecting the products for stores. My goal was to be making concepts for retail stores, and or select the products that will be featured in those stores, helping retailers sell their products, and successful merchandising, which involves selecting products that will attract customers, while looking at sorts of things like pricing and promotion, and just way to encourage sales. A retail merchandiser may be responsible for managing pricing, display, color schemes, decorating, and just all the sorts of things. I remember when I took New Student Experience, one of my assignments that my professor gave me was to come up with my purpose statement. And mine still to this day is to treat all people with love and compassion, and always spread happiness with those around me by making a difference in the world through my abilities of activator, achiever, and consistency, while traveling the world, meeting new people, and sharing traits of art, love, and fashion. My personal statement goes with who I am and what my values are and what my passions are, and just pretty much who I want to be. For example, my values are love, compassion, and happiness. My interests are traveling, art, fashion. My strengths are activator, achiever, and consistency. My goals are traveling and spreading positive vibes, doing what my career goal is, which is merchandising, which is art and fashion, and pretty much what I love. My goal is to travel through my career and to share happiness, like my purpose statement informs. I have accomplished my career goal because now I am doing merchandising, and I am often traveling and just doing what I love. So I think that's a very big part of who I am. I began my education by doing dual enrollment in high school, in which I finished 2 semesters when I graduated high school. So I had already done 2 semesters, and then I continued my education in Valencia for the rest of my associate's degree, in which I graduated and I got that, and then I transferred to UCF for 2 more years, in which I got my degree in marketing. And during my second to last semester, I did a internship at the company that I worked for, which was Albert Coffin Country Club. I was the marketing specialist in communication. It was a little bit different than what I chose, but since my career was marketing, I thought it would be fun to experience different things, and my job offered me that since they knew I was going into marketing. So I thought it was a very good experience, and I got to do a lot of advertising for like all the events that they had, and I got to do magazines in which featured many different departments and many different pretty much situations that were going around the clubhouse, and pictures of members and all that. And it wasn't exactly merchandising, but I felt like by doing the magazines and that, I could also use that towards doing concepts and things that I can also use in merchandising. It was a very big, helpful way to start my career. Then after I did that, I went into Tommy Hilfiger and got an internship in merchandising, specifically visual merchandising, which was setting up stores according to concept and dressing mannequins and pretty much all of that. And I absolutely loved it. It was a very big career boost in what I knew I wanted to do, and that was what exactly I wanted to do and how I wanted my career to be. I got to organize items in which they were best selling in, and how things were having different promotions and moving things around and all of that. I learned a lot through the company and how they wanted things to be, and also how it was so similar to how merchandising is in every place. An interesting fact about merchandising is that there is a way in which stores are organized, and there's a reason for that way. It's not just that blouse is there with that pants, it's just they look good together, or they're selling good together. They're selling better than if they were to be selling apart. And so I think it's very neat, because a lot of the times when you go into stores, you don't really know that. So things are organized in which they sell better and in which they're more visually appealing. Throughout my whole education plan, I was worried about money and classes and pretty much what my life is gonna look like after 4 years, because 4 years is a lot, and it's scary to be like, what am I gonna do next? But I got through it, and now I have a wonderful career, and everything I went through was worth it. Now I have an amazing job that I absolutely love. Bloomingdale's is a huge department store in which I can merchandise a ton of brands in a limited amount of space, which is super challenging for me, and every day is different, which I absolutely love. There will always be a challenge in which I will always rise above. Like, it's not always going to be the same thing. But my greatest advice to all of you is just to always keep believing in yourself, and know that education is a huge importance in your future and in your career. No matter what you go through in life, if you finish your education, you will always have that in life to back it up. Whether it's a career, whether it's something that you love, it is education that gets you through it all, and it will always be worth it at the end. So I wish you all the best, and just keep believing in your dreams. Do what you love, do what makes you happy, and also do something that you are passionate about.